Right, hello, we are going to look at a 12-mark question, and I made a frame for you, which is also just below the video, and it looks like this. So you can see there's a frame here, and up here is basically the question, and then what the question is all about. Here's some instructions with the standard. Then here is one view, and here is another view. So the idea for you is just to write a note form. Just write in bullet points or whatever you want to do. Just write what is it we need to show the examiner and what is needs to discuss. And then you have a conclusion here. You can see there's no introduction. You don't really have time for an introduction. So you just need to present one view, another view. So it's not for and against. It's basically for one view, another view. And because it's a portion and because there's so much to write about here, I'm going to just give you just Christianity version. So I'm going to do Anglican first because they're the ones kind of side with the answer, and then I'll do Roman Catholics afterwards. I could also have just used Christianity and then Buddhism, but I have so much material to write about here that it's hard to get it all in. And I could just have made Buddhism, liberal Buddhism and strict Buddhism. That would also have been easy for me to fill it in here. But in this one here, I'm just going to do Christianity. So just side with the Christian and against the Christian. That's it, basically. So let's see what we have here. So let's read the question first together. It says, if the child's quality of life is not going to be good, abortion is the best option. So as you can see, I have put some things in red. So the examiner's giving you something to write about, and it's an invitation to show what you know about this topic. So it's giving you quality of life versus sanctity of life. He's giving you abortion, and you gotta let the examiner know what the abortion is. The deliberate termination of a human pregnancy. It doesn't actually mention fetus or embryo or anything, but just don't say anything with killing, don't say anything with child. Just the deliberate termination of human pregnancy, that's safe. Best option, and then that's why you kind of have to think about your conclusion. Best option for whom? Is it the mother, or is it the unborn fetus? Or could there be other people best option for somebody else in this scenario here? Lots of people at stake. Not going to be good. Is it truly possible to predict the future? That's kind of what I'm saying. And you can also, that best option there, best option right now, 21% of all pregnancies in England are aborted, and we have at the same time we have falling birth rates. So the government is kind of tearing the hair out because there's not enough babies being born in England. So you can also say, best option for whom? Is it for the mother, the unborn child, unborn fetus, or society? What is it we want? Do you want to have children? Do you not want to have children? Then I've written here there are three obvious ways to tackle this question: liberal Christians versus strict Christians, liberal Buddhist versus strict Buddhist, or Christian versus Buddhist as an alternative Buddhist. An alternative Buddhist, it can be atheist, so it can be Christian versus atheist. But actually, on this one here, it is just there's so much to write, so we don't even think too much about the atheist. And just up here, I just written here the instructions here. It says evaluate this statement in your answer. Should give you reasoned arguments support the view. Should give reasoned arguments support different point of view. Refers to religious arguments, and may refer to non-religious views. So you don't have to. It's only if you kind of like clutching for straws and go for the atheist view. But it's religious studies. So see if you can stick to religious studies if nothing else, and reach a justified conclusion. So let's do the one view. So the one I've chosen is C of E, Church of England / Anglican. So they refer to as Anglicans or Church of England, but it's the same thing. And they are pro-choice. So you can write that on the one view. So the Anglican, they are pro-choice. And it basically believes that because King Charles is head of the church, and he's also head of Parliament, so whatever Parliament says, the Anglican Church says as well. They always agree. So because abortion is legal, then Anglican are also okay with abortion. However, you can also write this. Anglicans think abortion is wrong, but it is in certain situations it's okay, it's the best option. So what I mean by pro-choice is they don't like it, but in certain situations it is okay. And and the reason for that could be this thing here, quality of life. So the quality of life is going to be low or is low for the woman, then that's the reason they can have an abortion. So quality of life is a reason for it. So it can either be the mother's life is really bad and she can't cope, then it's fine. Or the child is going to be handicapped and in pain, then it's also okay to have abortion, says the Anglicans. And Jesus said that he said that he said that we should live life to the full. He actually did say that in John 10:10. It sounds like something out of a commercial for young people in the 80s, but he said live life to the full. So, and you might think that if you are burdened with an unwanted pregnancy, then you're not able to live life to the full. I'm not sure if that was what he meant by it, but you could use that quote. And also we can say it's lesser of two evils. So it's bad to have an abortion. It's bad to have a child, unwanted child. So the lesser of two evils. And then of course this should always be the mother's choice. And then the weakness of it, because you always need a weakness, a right big weakness. You can say that how can you predict the future? It's impossible to predict the future. How can you predict you can't cope? And yes, that's basically it. Yeah. How can we predict the future? Let's just end it there. And then you can do a little mini conclusion. What do you think about? Was that a good view? Was that a bad view? Whatever. Now let's go to the Roman Catholics. They're the strict Christians here. They believe that they're pro-life. So they're pro-life, and they believe that life begins at conception, and it is not your life to take, because as it says in Job 1:21, God gives and God takes life away. So the unborn fetus has a different DNA structure to the mother. So because of that, it is not the mother's life to take. And you can use another quote. There's a lot of quotes on this side here. You can say, before you were born, I knitted you together in your mother's womb. So that's the idea that God's in charge and made you deliberately. And then we have that whole issue of sanctity of life. It means it's sacred. Your life is set aside, special, unique, and all that. And that shows that that sanctity of life is more important than quality of life. And he says that they say that, for instance, if you have an abortion, it can lead to depression. So it's one bad thing leading to another bad thing. And there's other, of course, alternatives. You can have an adoption, which many people have done. And how do you know that the mother can't cope? You know, there can be a reason for family members to pull together and help out. And there's many handicapped people who have great lives. Just think of Paralympics. And there can be new treatments. So you might think that your child is going to have an awful life, but there are new treatments all the time. And yeah, so but then we need to have weakness, and the weakness of it is that it's all good to say all this in here, but if you are in that situation and you have been raped and then you can't have an abortion because of sanctity of life, then it's very good for other people to go and tell you, but you're not really making decisions for yourself and so forth. So actually, yeah, a bit harsh, isn't it? So there you have two views, and then all you can do in the conclusion, just discuss them, take the best bits out from both of them. You should have a mini conclusion after each view. What do you think of the Anglican view? What do you think of the Roman Catholic view? you might think that both are quite good views, but then when you hold them up to get on each other in conclusion, what you then make of it. So right now I just want to written it down in bullet points basically, or small mind maps or arrows leading to one thing, and so you can see it's not a very big page, so see if you can get some of these details down. Cheers, thanks, bye.